Hi there folks, and welcome back to Airgun Reporter. My name is Paul Capello. You know, it's times like this when I really enjoy my job. That's reporting on air guns for you folks. When I get to come outside and wind down and grab the air gun of my choice and just plink away. I happen to have an RWS Model 54 Air King here. That's going to be the subject of today's Airgun Reporter. Let's take it up to the Air Lodge and check it out. If you're a fan of the show, then you know I have a soft spot for RWS air rifles. And I think that's due in part because my first adventure with a powerful, precision-made German air gun was with a model RWS 34. Now, I've been lucky enough to get a hold of an RWS 54 Air King here today. This is a 177 caliber version. And like many of you out there, you've probably seen this online and stared at the pictures and wondered what it was all about. And I've been known to look at the picture of this RWS 54 a lot longer than I should have. So today, we're going to dispel some myths and show you some incredible features of the RWS 54. We'll be doing all the accuracy testing, trigger testing, chrony testing, accuracy testing, of course, and some sound testing. I think it's going to be a good show, so stick around. The basic features of the model RWS 54 Air King: open sights, adjustable. The front one rides on a dovetail and locks down with a grub screw. The rear sight is standard issue RWS Diana. It's all metal. It has a spring-loaded ball bearing for positive clicks up and down for your elevation, and also very positive clicks for your windage adjustment. And like the models 48 and 52, the 54 Air King has side lever cocking. It also has automatic safety and a two-stage adjustable trigger. Let me take a moment to describe to you what the anti-recoil system on the Model 54 is like. It's very much like a howitzer. When a howitzer is fired, the action moves backwards and the carriage remains still. In this case, the carriage is the shooter and the stock of the Model 54. The action rides on rails inside the stock, and that prevents the shooter from feeling any kind of recoil. Let's pull the camera in a little bit closer. We'll do a slow motion and you'll see exactly what we mean. The RWS Model 54 is as powerful as it is good looking. So let's go ahead and do some chrony testing. You'll see just what I mean. We're going to go ahead and start the chrony testing off with the RWS Superdomes. This is an 8.3 grain round nose pellet. All right, the tail of the chrony. With RWS 8.3 grain Superdomes, looks like we have an average of 923 feet per second. We have a low number of 915 feet per second. The highest was 934 feet per second. The extreme spread, 18.95 feet per second. That is the difference between the highest and the lowest number, 18.95, in case you didn't know that. Our standard deviation, which is the average feet per second between each of the 10 shots, that is 5.91 feet per second. Well, it's obvious that the RWS 54 has some good power. Let's see how it does. For accuracy, our first pellet is going to be the RWS Superdomes. Let's see how it does. All right, not too shabby at 20 meters. I can cover this group with a dime. It's not bad. I've done better, but you know, it's up to the shooter how they do from day to day. Looks like these pellets do pretty good in this rifle. Let you folks see for yourself. There we are. I can cover it with a dime. The next pellet we're gonna go ahead and check out are the RWS Super Mags. Let's see how these wad cutter pellets do. All right, not too shabby at all with these RWS Super Mags. These are our wad cutter pellet. Never tried them before, but they seem to do pretty good. See if we can go ahead and cover that with our dime. there we go. Not bad. You can always do better, and like I said, it's up to the shooter to make those groups shrink. It takes a lot of practice, but not too bad. All right, time to move on to the trigger testing. Let's go see how it does. If you take a closer look inside here, you'll see a metal bar with ratcheted teeth on it. That is the anti-bear trap mechanism. Now that the spring is compressed, the piston is caught on the sear of the trigger. Should that trigger let loose, that ratcheted piece of metal is preventing the full force of that compressed spring from closing the breech and chopping my fingers off when I'm loading a pellet. This is the same platform that's shared on the Model 48 and Model 52, and it's rock solid as far as I'm concerned. I have no fear of putting my fingers in there to load a pellet. All right, now let's do the trigger testing. All right, the trigger gauge is ready, and I'm gonna go ahead and do 5 consecutive pulls and see what our average is. Now, this trigger unit is the T05 trigger from RWS, and it's shared on all the rifles in their contemporary line. And they shoot just about the same. I'm expecting this to be no more than a couple, 3 pounds. And I really like these triggers. Some people complain about the plastic, but it's really, really heavy-duty plastic. It's gonna last for years. And it's a nice, crisp trigger. You know, if you adjust this and get it to where you like it, it's gonna break like glass. Really is a decent trigger. £3, 1.5 ounces. Yeah, it was close. That's what I'm talking about, consistency from rifle to rifle. 3 pounds, 1.6 ounces. Look at that. That's pretty good consistency. 3 pounds, 1.2 ounces. How do you like that, folks? £3, 5.5 ounces. 3 pounds, 8.2 ounces. Don't expect the RWS Model 54 to be the lightest air gun on the market. It's about 10 pounds with the scope. The cocking effort is around 35 pounds. Now that's not bad for me. I have a slightly bigger build. I can do this all day long without really feeling it. But if you have a slighter build, it might be a little bit of a challenge for you. But I don't see a problem with the average Joe shooting this all day long in the backyard. Now, next thing we're going to do is the sound testing. And we are inside here in the air lodge. There's a bit of reflection going on. We have wooden walls. And as you know, my methodology is not scientific at all. I have an off-the-shelf sound pressure meter. And I want you to take those readings and do with it what you will. Put it up against real-world figures and go out and do some research for yourself. That's the best way to determine what my results are from this sound pressure test. So, without further ado, let's take our first shot and see what that meter reads. Well, my faithful cameraman tells me that the loudest reading has been 102.4 decibels. Take those numbers, do what you will with them, put them up against other figures that I've done in the past with other air guns. I don't find it loud. Even indoors, I don't feel that I need ear protection with it. But if you have sensitive hearing, do not hesitate to wear a pair of these. Do not chance it. Your hearing is a beautiful gift. You should not ever feel that you're compromising that. What do I have to say about the RWS 54? It's lived up to all my expectations. It's beautiful, it's accurate, it's German made, it's rock solid, and it's a lot of fun to shoot. This has been an exciting episode. Until next time, shoot safe and have fun. Please remember, folks, air guns are not toys. Even the smallest calibers can cause serious injury if not used properly. And you should never, under any circumstance, point an air gun at a person. Parents, if you teach your kids how to shoot responsibly, they will have a lifetime of air gun enjoyment. My name is Paul Capello. This has been Airgun Reporter. Until next time, shoot safe and have fun.